All right, let's check out a lick that I pulled from Eddie Harris. And this is something that Eddie does quite a bit. If you haven't checked out Eddie Harris, definitely do so. He's one of the great saxophonists and composers, too, for jazz and soul jazz, and just a funky, funky dude. He's inspired a lot of people. You can hear a lot of his phrasing in John Scofield's playing. If you're familiar with John Scofield, hopefully you are. It's another one you should check out. But Eddie likes to do these repeated note patterns around pentatonics that's pretty cool. So over Cold Duck, this groove, I'm going to base this around F minor pentatonic. We're going between F9 and B flat 13, so maybe something like this. 1. I love that stuff. This is all Eddie Harris, by the way, but repeating those notes. Keeping right around that same shape. I love that a lot too. From there, what he's doing is going up to the 6th, back down to the 5th, flatted 3rd, to the 2nd, to the root. That's the same thing, but up an octave higher. You can phrase between those two, and that's something that Eddie does quite a bit, or Eddie did quite a bit, is going between those octaves, and he has a lot of wide octave jumps too. He also played an electric saxophone, which is pretty cool too. Again, check him out. I like to use that stuff a lot, especially over this kind of tune. Cold Duck, again, we have a dominant chord, F9, and I'm playing that F minor pentatonic. That's a minor third rubbing on a major third in the chord. It's part of the blues though, right? Theoretically, it's wrong, but it definitely sounds right, especially if you pull that a little bit out of tune, hinting at that major third. That's not nearly as funky that way. So that's some good stuff. For the second example, we'll groove on another Eddie Harris / John Scofield type thing that you can do. And this is basically skipping around some octaves through F minor pentatonic, that kind of sound, and with some funky rhythms too. So let's check this out. So something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I got all the way from up here at the 11th fret, and I ended up at the 1st fret. So we've got some wide skips here. And it sounds great. You know, those guys are masters, and that's why we're pulling from them. So a quick bend on beat 2 of the phrase, that's the note E flat up a whole step. So 1, little minor pentatonic bend here. Bend and spill down. Repeated notes again. There's that slide out of nowhere again. I love that stuff. There you go. There's another lick for you. Another soloing approach we can take is grabbing some notes around this higher position of F minor pentatonic, but instead of playing the, write down those notes, maybe we'll bend in to this minor third note from a half step below it. Spill that down. Do the same thing on the B string. Same thing on the G string. And then end up on our root F. Something like this. 1. Pretty simple approach, but it's very effective too. Again, I'm trying to take the road less traveled here rather than just playing the direct notes of F minor pentatonic. I'm bending into them. And then we have a color tone with that 9. Bending up to flat 7, back down to 13 or 6, however you want to look at it. Spill down to 5. Bending from the 4th up to the blue note, release, back down to minor 3rd, and then to our root. I like that a lot too at the end there. I'm basically playing the notes C and D, and then grabbing that A flat on the G string. Again, trying to grab some extensions here. That D note is the 6 or 13 of that F9 chord. That tritone interval there, flatted 5th interval apart, it sounds really good. There's a rub there. Again, we've got that minor 3rd on a dominant chord. You can bend that up a little bit. And then spill it back down. So there's a lot of material even right there. All right, we've got 3 great licks. Let's do some trading.